Hello. I think I'm live. I hope I am. Let's try it. Okay, it does help. All right. Messing with lights. All right, we'll try that. Ambient lighting. Oh my goodness. Everybody's probably lost because I created the stream on YouTube. Oh, you can see the wall. Let's go this way. There we go. Because going to Austin, when I go live stream on the go on my phone, I just do it through YouTube. And today I was getting it together and I did it on YouTube and not StreamYard. If I don't do it on StreamYard, I can't bring people on the stage or, do better. I don't know. I guess I could use my computer. I don't know if I've ever tried to live stream through just YouTube on my computer. If I did, it's been so long ago, I don't remember. So there she is. I knew you'd be here. I screwed that up. I was stressing. I was like, oh, I gotta fix this. Like it was 4 minutes prior. I figured it out, I think. I was like, oh my God, I'm only going live on my phone through YouTube. That doesn't work. So I was just saying, if I ever went live just on YouTube on my computer, it's been so long ago, I don't even remember how to do it. So I'm sure I could, but I wouldn't be able to bring people up and stuff. Yeah, I know. I had like 3 people waiting. So I was like, uh-oh. So I clicked the button that I never saw before. It shows comments on the screen. It's not very big. I wonder if I can make it bigger. Whoa. No, I don't like that. I hit something I don't like. Okay, that went away. You guys have used other things where you have the comments, you have your thing, you have all the controls. I hit something and my screen took up the full screen and everything disappeared. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. We don't like changes. No changes. So I don't know if you guys can see that teeny tiny thing down there. I don't know how to make it bigger. I don't think I can. Oh, you know what? I bet I can. Let me try some. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, hey, Erin. How are you? Good to have you. I almost didn't go on today. But you know what? Every time I say that to myself, I'm like, I'm tired. I don't feel like it. And I do it anyway. I end up having fun. So I don't let myself talk myself out of it. If that makes sense. Oh, just ice water tonight. I'm too tired. I don't want to fall asleep on y'all again. I got a good sleep though that night. I slept hard. I was just beer and exhaustion do not mix. So I'd been up since it was a single digit. I don't know if it was 7 or 9. Hey Jay, how are you? Good to have you. I've got a few things to share, some funny things and a couple of shorts and stuff just for fun. I thought we'd have some fun tonight. I need a good laugh. I got a couple of things on the list here for later. No, I live from the border. I live an hour north of Austin, and the really bad flooding is southwest of Austin. If I were to drive to where the floods are, I don't know the mileage. It'd probably take me 2 hours. But I do live in a floodplain, but we've been here since the 90s, and our neighborhood, like my street, is high. It's like we're on a slope, and we have never flooded right here. A few blocks over, there's a creek that flooded. We had a whole trailer park flood one year. We've had apartment complexes flood. And so it's going on around us, but the rain finally stopped though here. God, it rained it rained for a week solid, I swear. I think the rain finally stopped. I don't even know. I don't even know. I know, Jay, I know. Did say that before. That's why I don't let myself that's why I don't let myself do that. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna do I told Tom, I go, I'm just gonna go on for about an hour. It'll be short. And I've said that before too. I know, I know, I know. I gotta do something about this lighting in here though. I gotta get a better the reason I don't like this light is you can see that thing in my glasses. I need something more diffused. Wonder I wonder if I could lay like something. No, that won't work either. But we'll figure it out. My thumbnail photo looks like the way to happiness. I tried to get a kid to give me one of those one day. A young man, I say kid. They came out with one. It was a group. And I was like, I'll take it. I could probably find one on eBay. I've never looked. What are they barking at now? So I don't know if any of you were in Dusty earlier. So Dusty was saying that they had generators in the front and the back in Clearwater, probably just to annoy the streamers. But I could barely hear it. And I'm in the kitchen right over there, and I was making Tom's lunch and snacks and stuff while I was listening. And I hear, and I'm like, holy crap, that got loud. And my neighbor's, he's the one we pay to mow. He does it as a side business. And he's been supposed to come for days. He just comes whenever he can figure it out. He was right outside my window weeding. I was like, what is that noise? I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So, and then I didn't know first. I went out the door to find out and opened the door, and the two littles ran out barking at him, little ankle biters from 6 feet away. They're not going to bite him. So I closed the door real quick before Daisy comes out. He doesn't like Daisy. Daisy's huge and she looks mean. But so I can't let it hurt. But he was done. He has to come back and finish later. So, but it got so long. I don't like it to get past their bellies, which is only about this tall. It was so tall. The only place they had to pee was down our walkway. I was not happy about that because they didn't want to go into the jungle of the yard. Because he was supposed to mow like a while back, but it rained. It kept raining every day he wanted to mow. You know how that works. You want to mow, it rains. It never rains like this. We're in July, guys. Normally by July, my lawn is dead. I can stop paying somebody to mow. I don't water our lawn. I'm not into wasting water like that. That's just the way I am. My yard does not look that great. But it's normally dead. Brown. And this isn't normal. So we finally just said, look, just come every 2 weeks. Just don't, because Tom takes forever to tell him it's time to come over, and it's a whole to-do. I will look that up. This was a cheapy little light anyway. I might see if there's one that's more diffused. But yeah, I'll figure that. I'll look that up. I don't think about it till I'm sitting here. Of course. Anybody bring some good stories with you tonight? Because I don't have anything exciting going on. Yeah, the reason I didn't want to go to Austin is I felt, because there's flooding in Austin too. There was some other rivers, the San Gabriel, I think. So they did have some, and I was like, there's still probably going to be people on 6th Street, like tourists and stuff or whatever. And you're like me, I pretty much told you everything I know. But I felt weird about going down there watching people partying when all that's going on, because I've been following it quite a bit. Honestly, we would have went there if we had some sort of skill or something that we could have helped with. But they needed people that had skills down there with, things that they needed. They said that there was too many people getting in the way. Did you hear about the drone? Oh my God. I get that they were trying to help with the drone, and it probably was a really good idea in theory. But their drone ran into a rescue helicopter and downed it. They had to make an emergency landing. Everybody's okay, but now that the helicopter was out. That was way early on. So, but I get everybody's trying to blame somebody else. But here's my thing. The first thing I said, they're going to figure something out of this. And the two things that needs to happen is sirens, and for campgrounds, hotels, camps, any place a large group gathers, there needs to be a mandatory emergency radio. Jay, don't worry about looking at it. Just don't. It won't do you any good to look at it. There's been some good stories out of it. Oh, I know. I remember that, Scooter Mom. I remember that. I know they thought they were helping, but, they needed the planes and the helicopters with the thermal imaging and all of that. I think right now that it's in recovery, now I think drones are probably a good idea if they coordinate. Because now it's getting harder. Did they say that? They weren't going to help again after that? I don't blame them. My thing was, why did we have to get other plane of those kinds of planes to come to a place that catches fire all the time? Why don't they have their own? They're the richest state in the nation, and they can't afford one of them planes? No, not really. I get the sentiment, though. Yeah, so I think at the very least, if they, because somebody had, okay, here's the story. It's short. I am in when I go, hey, Hitzel. Is Hitzel here? Did I miss it? Hi, Hitzel. I don't see it on mine. That's weird. So I'm in a huge facility by myself. It's 103 years old and brick for the most part. Other people think it's spooky. It doesn't bother me. The second floor is a lot of offices, a hallway of offices, and then some things at either end, like storage, and then some other stuff. So I'm going through there with my flashlight. I don't flip lights on. If they're off, they're off. I just use my flashlight. What just went off? The light just dimmed, and I don't know why. That's weird. Weird. So anyway, as a matter of fact, I worked during the day a week or so ago, and I told somebody up there that I met, I said, you need to tell whoever's at such and such a desk. No, it's like we have like the laundry room right there is on a timer, and that'll go off, but it's not off. It was like something went off, but there's nothing over here to go off. So I'm confused. Oh, my laundry room, one of my light bulbs is going out. It just came back on. He's got the motion sensor on only one light bulb. He got a new one recently. How does that work exactly? That makes no sense. Okay. Oh, did she? Hitzel did? Yeah, she lives closer to Austin. That's good. I'm glad she is. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad she's doing that. She's lucky too. She can go down on the train. I wish I could do that. I get too much crap. There is a train here, but I don't know how long it would take me. Um. So anyway, so one time, the first time, I'm coming down the hallway and it opens to a bigger office and then a machine room, and I hear this low, creepy music. Vultures. Oh. Mm, wow. I forgot about the. They're everywhere. Yeah, that's bad. I hope she's okay. Um. So I hear this low, creepy music, like classical music, and I'm like, so I kept walking. I'm walking, and I walk up to this desk. They had left the music playing on their computer really low. It freaked the crap out of me. Not as bad as the second time. So recently, not that long ago, as a matter of fact, that we were having tornado warning. I think it was when the tree fell on my house. No, no, it wasn't. That was too long ago. So now I'm coming down the same hallway of offices, dark, and the office that I go into at the end does have light, and I hear men talking. This is like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm hearing men's voices, and I'm like, now that's got my interest because I'm like, who the heck came in here? So I'm on guard. I'm coming up to this office, and I walk in, and it starts again. They had an emergency radio sitting on top of the filing cabinet that was going off and talking about something. I was like, I thought there was intruders in the place. I really did. Oh, Sciento vultures. I didn't see the Sciento part. You said okay, oh. I hope she chased them blankety blanks off. Oh, I'm going to talk to her. Because if she can tell me where they were at, I will go down there too. I will go down there. You know what? I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about it. Oh, I see. They got to get their photo op. I wonder whose supplies they stole this time to give out. I know one of them, they were taking water from the Navy. I think it was another flood somewhere, like they had pictures of it, and it was like long before I had ever came on the scene. Who do you think really is going to go in there and do that? Touches this creepy. Yeah, I don't think so. Hold on a second. And they did an interview with the news. Yeah, I bet that sounded great. I'll see if I can. Oh, they're going to be down there for the long haul too. So you know what? Maybe next week I might take a drive down there and see what's going on. Hi, Daisy. Yes, I know. You can't come up here. You're too big. You're too big. You're too big. You need to go lay down. All right, go lay down. There's nothing I can do. Come on, you can't come up here. Go on. My chair would fall over. She thinks she's this big, and she's 60 pounds. She will get up in your lap if you let her. She got a bath yesterday. It smells so good. Yes, you do. You smell so good. She was making my whole room smell. She was stinky. So yeah, so about a week ago, somebody was on that floor, and I was talking with her, and I said, whoever sits at the desk by such and such a door, please let them know that they have freaked out night security a couple different times. Please turn off their music. I'm like, and to be honest, they don't really need it for too many things, because we had a tornado, I think in the 50s, and like that went through Waco. And the building I'm in, the only really tall building in Waco, and like one other, there was like 3 buildings that survived, and mine was one of them. So I feel pretty safe in there. Yeah, I was like, you need to let night security know. Next time, I'm going to check the emergency radio and turn that thing off if something's going on. But it made me think about getting one myself, because I watched one of the news streams that they were showing the emergency radio, and you can literally get them for $40. And they don't rely on cell phone. It's just radio waves. And they showed the coverage of the flood area for that broadcast, and it was all green. They would have gotten it everywhere. It was just a perfect storm of, we get flash flood warnings like all the time, just all the time. And so we watch the weather, but they did say there would only be 6 inches, not 12. So there was a combination of, they got complacent because they're used to getting it all the time, and they didn't get the true amount of rain. And on top of that, it hit them when they were asleep. A lot of people turned their cell phones off, didn't know until it was too late. And on top of that, a lot of out-of-towners that aren't used to the area don't know it's a flood problem area. I know now, I even told Tom, when we go full-time in the RV or we go on a trip, if it's storming, we'll be nowhere near a water source. Hello. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
There's you're on my speaker in the bedroom. Can you guys hear that? I didn't realize. Let me disconnect. I can hear it. I have a really nice Bluetooth speaker. It's really loud. I was watching a movie today. How do I get rid of that? There we go. All right, regular speakers. But yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of people that, aren't from the area, placing a lot of blame, trying to find, they want somebody to blame, and there's just really not. Hello, dear.
Well, I think from up here, it seems like there are several people to blame.
Well, there are some things coming out I have paid attention to, like the fire chief in Austin not sending people. Did you guys hear about that?
No.
So
I didn't.
The fire, the firemen's union took a vote of no confidence in the fire chief of the Austin fire chief. Go to bed. Go to bed. Which they don't like to do because they were angry because he didn't send anyone right away.
Oh.
And it took him a day. He said they sent him out the same day. Actually, they sent like 2 people. And he said, well, I wanted to make sure that I had enough people for us. And they said the union head, whatever they're called, the union, whatever they're called, the guy in charge, he said, we have more than enough personnel that we could have sent a team there, right? A boat team, because time was of the essence the first day. So that's happening. They want him to resign because
Wow.
this has happened before. So, because the fire fighters, the specialized crews for this, they didn't send right away, and they didn't send a whole team. Yeah. So that's come out. I think they did underestimate the rainfall, but I don't know how that stuff works. They said they didn't expect the storm to stall like it did in one place. I don't know. I haven't paid too much attention to that stuff because weather is just unpredictable and weird. What I think, like I said before, the people in charge of the campgrounds, the people in charge of the camps, those people should have had emergency radios. I don't know why they didn't. Knowing the area they live in, being that area's gone through it before. Because I've been on the Guadalupe River, and it's literally nothing but campgrounds. And right on the water. And we didn't end up staying. We went down with the Boy Scouts and we cleaned it up. So we just spent the day there, and we've been here 32 years, and what you do is you tube down it on inner tubes. And we've wanted to do that for the whole time we've been here and never done it. And so that's why it's like a lazy river. It's a really nice river. It's slow, at least for the most part. And so a lot of people go down there to go tubing and hang out. But yeah, I'm like, if we ever go anywhere during bad weather, nowhere near water, time to move. I'm going to do my due diligence and check it out. And I think a lot of people should have maybe done that. But then again, out-of-towners, I don't know if they knew that it was a flood-prone area. And that's another thing to me. If I was in charge of a campground for out-of-towners, I would have posted something. Or I would have talked to the people and said, this is a flood-prone area. We're having warnings. I don't know if they may have done that. I don't know. Because there were people that got out. That was the thing. Hey, Susie. Hey, No Face. Dr. Phil. Why is he always in these things? I don't understand. I hear that all the time. Dr. Phil was at this disaster. Dr. Phil was over here. Why? He's not even a doctor. Why is he there? He just kind of one of those people that just kind of pops up everywhere. I don't care what he says. I don't.
Yeah.
Just don't. I've never really been that interested in his stuff. Blame Mother Nature. For the most part, yeah. Hey, Jay. Yeah. I mean, I still feel like after what they went through in 87, why there weren't sirens. Because they didn't have cell phones then. So how are they going to let people know? Because we have sirens for tornadoes. but they don't. I don't know. They didn't have sirens down there. They can have a different one for floods if that's that prone. And if you guys didn't hear me earlier, I said the other thing that needs to come out of this is anywhere where there's large groups, a campground, a camp, a hotel, just anywhere, they should be a mandatory emergency radio. They're $40 and they don't need cell service.
Mm-hmm.
And they will wake you up, because I was talking about how somebody left one on at work in the middle of the night. It was loud. It'll wake you up. It sounds just like the TV, and then it yells at you.
Mm.
How you doing, Jay? How you been, No Face and Susie? Yeah, I was saying earlier that's why I didn't go to Austin tonight. Too much going on down there. Or satellite phones. If I owned a campground, you're making money, you could afford one. But I still think the emergency radio was the most important, because they showed the coverage area for the emergency radios over that area, and there was no blank space. It was all green. It had good signal. So hopefully it takes a tragedy for them to finally make changes. But I hope that's the least that comes out of this. I'm hoping.
But the National Weather Service also had like major cuts recently, and I heard that played a big part in people not being warned.
The thing is, they've shown the warnings. They did warn. They warned every hour, every half hour. They were putting out warnings. The problem was people were asleep. They weren't getting them. They did put them out. And at some point, the power goes out. So does the cell phone towers. So that's why I'm all over the emergency radios.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot of people saying this, a lot of people saying that. I'm hearing conflicting stories. But I did see something where they were showing the warnings that they put out. And what I was saying earlier was, the problem is, A, you had a lot of out-of-towners. B, even the people that were living there obviously had gotten complacent. And I'll tell you why. Every time it rains a lot, we get flash flood warnings. All the time. I ignore them because I'm the same way. I don't live near any water. So there's a creek a few blocks over that floods, but it would never come up here. And we have a canal a few doors down. Woo, that thing got high a couple times. But because of the way we were on this slope, like the road is on a slope. So even though I live in a floodplain, my neighborhood is up high. So in all the years I've lived here, my yard's never flooded. My neighbors did because they're lower. So, but anyway, what I was saying was, I think in a lot of ways they got complacent. They were hearing the warnings and they were thinking like other times it wasn't going to be that bad, and it was. And it happened so fast. Yeah. So fast. 45 minutes. It went from here to up 26 feet in 45 minutes. I've been listening to some of the survivor stories. And they just said...
I'm not surprised it happened that fast. We have a highway that travels right through basically the middle of the city. And it gets really low at one point, and it's alongside a river. And when that thing floods, it floods that part of the highway, and you will always see cars that get caught and stuck in the water. And there's always at least one person in a smaller vehicle that has to be rescued every single time.
They think they can make it.
Yep.
We have a place right down the road here that same thing, near the creek I was talking about. They've actually put up a gate so that you can't even try. When it floods, this gate comes open so that they can't even try, because we've lost people just a mile away from here because they
Yeah.
did that in the creek because it flooded really bad. So when these floods, because I don't know if it's the hill country, they're down in the hill country. I'm at the very beginning of the hill country. That's another reason why I'm on a hill. You go, that's why our tornadoes have never hit us. They always go around us where it's flat, and they don't come this way because we're up higher. And literally, you can go a couple miles and it's flat all the way to North Texas. You go the other side of the base, it drops flat. That's where they get all the tornadoes. Um,
Yeah, I
oh,
saw that no
it's
face.
it's not political. It's just wait the things that happened.
It's a
My
statement
thing
of
was
fact. So
I
yeah.
didn't I didn't want FEMA to come. We had a lot of rescue teams out there, but FEMA didn't do any good in North Carolina except take up hotel rooms for people that needed them. So I didn't know. I actually didn't know they had search and rescue teams. I thought they just came in and helped in the aftermath. But well, that and like I said, the Austin fire chief wouldn't send one of his teams either. They you might have came in late. The union rep for the firefighters were so angry, they did a vote of no confidence on their fire chief, which they didn't is a big deal. That took a lot for them to decide to do because this isn't the first time he waited it out and didn't send somebody. And he said he wanted to have enough people for his area because they did have flooding in near Austin on other tributaries, but the firefighters and the union rep or head of the union said that they had enough people that they could have sent a whole team. He sent like a couple people, like not right away, like they should have, because that first day was important. There's a lot of stuff coming out, so much stuff. It sounded like a cluster to me.
Mhm.
There's so many things that need fixed that could be better. Like I said earlier, I was like, if these campground owners and camp directors had emergency radios, it might have made all the difference because you don't rely on cell phone. But I get the warnings all the time when we have flash floods on my phone. And oh, that's another thing. You have to opt in to get that. And some people don't. They don't want the noise
Yeah.
because I get all the Amber alerts. It's kind of annoying, especially when I'm sitting on the bed and we have 3 phones and they all go off. Even, you know what's weird? So this is what controls my implant. It's a little iPhone. It's not connected to service. It has one app. I get Amber alerts on it.
Here
So
you don't get a choice of opting out or opting in. It
I
just every device you will get the Amber alerts and on the TV as well.
last I heard about 160. It keeps going up. The missing keeps going
Yeah.
up. Every time I hear the number, it goes up. Both numbers keep going up. But what it
Yeah.
is, I think they're getting more information and people are figuring out people aren't coming home from Texas that went on a trip. I think that's why it keeps going up. They're figuring out, hey, wait a minute, they're missing. So, and that's another thing that we're going to do because there was a couple in a Class C RV, like we want to get, in the mountains in like Nevada or someplace, kind of like the desert. And they took a wrong turn and they got lost.
Oh,
And then they got stuck. Well, they were towing a car. They got in the car and nobody knew exactly where they were. The family didn't know. It was an older couple. Well, they, because, uh, Because they got stuck, they didn't have supplies. He passed. He didn't make it.
Mm.
I think they found her. And so we're going to make sure family members know our itinerary, everywhere we're going, GPS, all of that stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do, because we're very independent. We don't really, talk to the kids that much. If we go do something, we might let them know our destination, but we need to be more proactive on those kind of things too. So there was probably a lot of people that went down there that maybe people didn't know exactly where they were. They just said, "Hey, we're going to Texas. We'll see you later." Could be, I don't know. But I just hope that something good comes from this, at least. That they change things. They get the sirens. They should have had sirens lining that river. Just all down the river. They should have had sirens.
Mm.
That would have gave them a little bit more notice. It might have. But I'll be honest, when you're in your house, now in the campers, they would have heard it. But there were houses that they floated away too. When we're in the house, there's no way I'm going to hear that siren. That's why I'm all over the emergency radios. I wouldn't hear it in a house. Now, if I was asleep in an RV, I probably would. So, yeah. Like I said, I would have been down there in a minute if I thought we could do something, but we're both physically broken. We can't. There's nothing we really could have done. But I heard somebody said Hitzel went and volunteered with the Salvation Army, which I think is great. She lives really a lot closer to Austin than I do. So,
Well, she moved recently, so she said she lives further away from Austin now than she did.
I'll have to talk to her. I
Yeah.
think I heard that, but I didn't know where she was moving. Because either way, there it goes again. He put the motion sensors on one light bulb. The whole point was after 10 minutes, the light is supposed to go out. Only one of the bulbs go out. So that's going to be on. So the dog walks by, it comes on. 10 minutes later, it's going to go back off.
Yeah.
You know what? I wish I could do that on every light in this house, y'all. If my husband's still here. We've been together since 85. How many years is
40
that?
years.
40
Almost
years?
40 years. Yeah.
That man never turns off a light. Never. Never. I'm like, are you blind? I will leave daytime. I will leave the house. I will come back, and every single light in the house is on in every room he went in. And I'm going through. I'm like, it's daytime. Why do you need all these lights on? It's daytime. I'm a vampire. I hate light. I'm the opposite. I freaking hate light. I have cat eyes. I can literally, in the dark, with nothing but the little blue light from like a VCR, I can see which one of my slippers goes on which foot on the floor. So I'm very sensitive to light. That's why this one over here bugs me. But I'm just like that. I'll come in singing that song, "Every Light in the House is On." You ever heard that? It's a country song. I'll just come in. I can't. I'm not gonna do it on here. But at least I got him to close the cupboard doors when we first got married. I'm like, how did you live with your mom? Your mom would have strangled you for this. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, emergency radio. That's what they are. So the emergency radio doesn't need cell signal, phone signal. It's radio. And it sounds just like that when it goes, and they yell really loud and tell you to seek shelter or, whatever's going on right then. And they're like this big, and they're like $40. Oh, they have even cheaper ones than that, and they have hand crank ones if you run out of electricity. But they're battery powered too, so they plug in and they take batteries. So if the power goes out, they still work. So that's my thing. I hope that's what they're thinking. I hope at least that's, and I said, if they can't make it mandatory in every home, at least anywhere there's a large group, a camp, a campground, a hotel, a festival, anywhere where there's a large group. Trying to find one, like the one that, oh, here we go. Oh, that one's, these are more expensive than I thought. Emergency weather radio. There we go. That's what I wanted.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Hi, Avila.
They look like that. And they look, it even tells you on the screen too. And they run around $40 to $50 for that style, but you can get these ones down here for a little bit cheaper than that. But I mean, if you own a campground or a hotel or something, I think you can afford $40 or $50 for that. Yes. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. As long as it takes batteries too. Our house had, at first we were like, we ended up getting our own later. They were wired into the house, our smoke detectors. We had two of them. Hey, Afila. Yeah. We're winding down off of it though. That's why I didn't go down to Austin. I didn't feel right standing on 6th Street watching people party while that was going on 50 miles away. And then we just got to talking about it. But I was just saying, I hope at least out of this, they put more sirens out and they make emergency weather radios mandatory in any place that has guests or large groups. Yeah, I didn't know that at first. So we were confused. We were like, but what if the power goes out? We'd never bought a house before, so we didn't know what we were doing. But I didn't like where they were. We just got a couple extra. But after this many years, they actually died. So we actually took them out. There's a nice hole that I have a clock over. And we got just the good battery ones that are also the carbon monoxide too. So, and we chose not to have gas in our house because I didn't want to deal with carbon monoxide. But now that we're older, it wouldn't bother me now. Hey, Journey, how are you? Goodness. We got a little group going on here.
Hey, Journey.
Everybody's popping in. Yeah, I heard that you're about to be done with your project. Wow, that was a lot of work. I don't know. I couldn't have done that. That was a lot of work. Let's see. Oh, I did have a weird story, an unusual story. Some of you may already know about this, but just recently I heard about this. I was like, really? So, Australia, literally everything wants to kill you in Australia. I heard you guys talking about it, but I didn't know what it was exactly. Was it like a
Journey, are you talking about the Garden Street thing? Because if you are, I sent the link to Kim on Telegram, but she was busy setting up a new live. Uh-huh.
Like 5 minutes prior, I realized I had done it straight through YouTube and not on StreamYard.
Oh, why you lost subs? You figured out why?
You lost subs? Why? What's going on? I know why I lose them. As soon as I didn't go down to Austin, a handful leave. Sure.
Kim, give her the link.
Where is it? There we go. There you go. I'll tell you about the magpies later.
Okay.
So, I was going to tell you that they have birds that want to kill you.
Yeah, especially if you go anywhere near their nests.
I saw that recently. I've got a little video queued up. I was like, holy moly, even the birds want to kill you.
Mm-hmm. There's a notorious area in downtown Toronto.
Oh, you get them too.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. They have to put these things on their bike helmets to keep them from dive bombing them. I was like, ingenious, but that shouldn't be necessary.
I have to admit, because I'm never in the area, I can't even remember where it is right now. I do kind of get a chuckle out of all these guys in their business suits ducking for dive bombing birds.
Yeah. So what's going on, Journey?
I was wondering why I was losing clumps of subs.
Uh-huh.
Like, just not one by one, but just like a lot, like 15 to 20. And I'm like, that's kind of odd. Remember the stream we did talking to T about DOA splicing my video and how I was in a vulnerable state? I mean, I was having a panic.
I think I do remember. Yeah, you mentioned him.
And you don't remember, Kim? You look confused.
Yeah. Well, I remember. I think you were one of the ones that he took video of you. Yeah, I did know.
Yeah, that. Because the two before that with the Disney filter thing is making fun of them. Well, then my Disney filter splicing is to fit his agenda against Aaron, because I was story, and I'm just like,
say that again. You froze for a second.
Oh, okay.
After Aaron,
he spliced it to make it all about Aaron, and cut out the parts where I was panicking for the last 3 hours and couldn't focus on the damn thing. And then I'm trying to follow along the story of like this, I don't know what it was a Scientology content. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I noticed my comments were being deleted. I'm like, I finally am focusing and I can't stop crying and this, but it was mainly because I needed help. And, I had no support in this breakdown. and my husband pulls up and was like, I saw your location at the lake. And he looks at me and he's like, just go home. He's like, go home and take it. I got the teen. I just go home. And I crawled into bed and cried. Well, the next day I find this video and I was like, wait, whoa. No. Don't use me in your fight with Aaron. No.
You know what? We were talking about this recently, about how he likes to attack women because he's a coward.
Mhm.
And you were in a vulnerable state.
I was in a complete
And
vulnerable.
he probably just saw a good target.
Yep.
Well, people saw that are not aligned with him, thinking that I'm aligned with him. Like it did its purpose enough to where people that followed me started unfollowing me. Because this person mentioned was like, yeah, that's why I unfollowed you.
I wish people would
I
talk
was
to
like,
us
because
first.
I was in, finally, I could watch a Nora live when she was doing a panel with DOA. And I threw out the question, I'm like, why did you splice my video and use that to your agenda when it had nothing to do? I was having a panic attack. And Nora read it. She's like, ooh. And like, but she didn't ask him the question because he kept dropping off. But I wanted to know. I wanted to, I don't want to email or comment, but I'm like, he's right there. He's going to see it. I want to know why you used me, because I'm not.
You're not going to get a sufficient answer.
I'm
Just
literally Greenland. I'm nowhere near you guys. I have my own life. I'm in this. I can only handle so much Scientology.
Mhm.
And I don't care who doesn't like who anymore. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I don't care that you think I should care. But don't use one of my videos, change it up to fit your complete agenda when that was not the whole story. So, yeah, I guess that's why I had, they're dropping like flies.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that sucks.
And I was just like, you know what? This is completely, I'm surprised her mods didn't delete. It's interesting because her and, gosh, I'm blinking. Lara support me because of the map, but it's not.
Okay.
They're not in my feed usually. I mean, I don't know. Maybe one of them dropped me because of that. I don't know. But
well, that's the thing. I don't, this is a large community. It's always been hard to keep track of, who's upset with who and who's, not getting along with who. And I don't even bother to try unless it's so big, like that dude that got so bad. If it's just somebody dissing with somebody else, I'm just like, y'all do you. I don't try to get too involved in that.
It's not even my content. I don't go up to, or like, hey, did you know who said what about this or about this? Mine is strictly the map and a little bit about my life that's a little too heavy.
Did I answer this right?
Yeah.
He made the edit recently or published it recently, or has it been done for a while?
It's been a couple months, but people are doing it now because it was alive.
Okay.
So, I found out in Nora's chat when I made that comment about why did you do that. She's like, that's why I unfollowed you. I was like, I didn't even know you were following me because you're not a content creator, and I'm not.
I just wish people would, because we're small. If I had a reason to unsub from somebody, and I don't know. There are people that I didn't have to ask, or I didn't have to ask them why they did something. I just knew that I unsubscribed from. Right, it's a big deal. But if it's something like small like that, I wish they'd be like, are you really aligned with him, or ask you, or, contact you or something. But some people probably don't want to go into that much trouble. And I wish people would tell me why they're unsubscribing. Maybe it's something I could fix.
Right.
If I'm doing something they didn't quite like, maybe it's something I could improve. So I wish people would tell me, I'm going to unsub and this is why.
Well, and that's why I'm kind of glad she opened up, and that's why I unfollowed you. I'm like, I don't even know who you are. I've never talked to you before. I know that for a fact. I've never talked to this one person, and that's how I know, like, people are there really for the drama, or really
Oh,
for
well, yeah.
personal
Yeah.
connections. And I see it as a bonus. I don't see it as my complete directive of, you know, why I get on YouTube.
Yep.
It's to actually uncover Scientology, and then the people that are on the front lines like us, we, you know, it's like, oh hey, kind of like a bonding thing. Like, how's your insanity going? Like, you know, is it pretty up there
Yeah.
like with mine, or do you know? And it's like, it's relieving, you know,
I
because
had
you're
a
not
couple
alone,
meltdowns recently, too.
right? And instead of like, oh, you know, blah blah blah, you know, kind of comparing dramas, and then immediately, because it's like, yes, you don't feel alone because we all have fibromyalgia and stuff, but I don't make that my whole life. Like, sometimes I'm like,
Yeah.
why are my limbs so heavy today? And then I'm
Oh, I
like, oh,
forget,
it's
too.
circulation.
I forget, too, and I'll be like, I had a doctor tell me once, don't try to figure out why. Because
Mm-hmm.
with fibro, there is no why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there will be days I'll be like, I'll be the same way. I'm like, oh, why is this happening? Oh, maybe I did this, or maybe it's, and then I remember, oh, fibro.
Yep.
Mine, I could tell when my hands are more of the stingy, kind of like jellyfish stinging. And I was like, okay, my legs must
I get
be.
that in my toes.
Oh, see, my feet, I could cut my feet and I don't feel it. That's
Wow.
it. My feet are good.
That's
See, I don't
that's
get it in my
not
hands, I
good
get it in my
though.
feet.
I know it's not, but I'm standing. I'm standing most of the time. So that's why I'm like, okay, I'm on the 10-20 year plan to get a scooter.
Yeah, I can tell, like, I've been not watching my gluten the way I normally do. I've been cheating. And I'm like, I could tell. As a matter of fact, yesterday I said, I got to watch it. I got to go back to being more strict because I can tell. I just ached all over. Just ached all over for no reason. And I was like, it's got to be the gluten. We had pizza. We had Wendy's with the bun. And a couple of, I haven't been watching like
I'm
I
so
should.
bad with that. I
Yeah.
had to
I
do.
modded. Sorry, I was just going to say I modded for Aaron yesterday when he was out chalking
Oh, yeah.
in front of Flag, and for most of the live, I was modding by myself. He was out there alone. My hand swelled up by the time he finished the live. He was out there less than an hour. My hand was swollen when he finished. And
From
all I was
working?
doing was,
Yeah.
yeah, just from
Holy
modding, from
moly.
clicking to delete the trolls and block the trolls. Oh yeah.
Some
But yeah,
trolls.
and that's a new symptom. I mean, my
Mm.
hands have swollen up before, but mostly when it's really hot and humid,
Yeah, I have to
but
take my shoes
never
off. That's it.
just from modding. And I'm
Wow.
like, what the hell? Oh, fibro, thank you.
Yeah, it reminds
Go
you.
ahead, though, Journey.
It's so wonderful.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. That's the thing about you asking him why. Two things. You're giving him attention. And I've said this before. He is like a toddler.
Yeah. That's why I never privately chat, but I wanted to do it publicly.
Right.
To
Well,
know
yeah, so
you did
other
that
people
without
would see it.
permission.
Right.
It's almost and passive aggressive. That's the worst thing about me. And but then again, the best thing about me when I give it. But it's one of those things where same thing with Henry.
Yeah.
Something.
Henry.
He did this whole, I don't know, I don't watch him, but he made this huge long complaint, cursed out everybody in Sacramento at the Sacramento org for not doing this or doing that, cursed at us, and didn't name me specifically, but I was like, okay, hold on. And then I said, you must not know what I do, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you're right. I do not know what you do. And then without the question mark, I said, and what would you like, and how would you like me to approach this? Without the question mark, because I wasn't really asking. I just knew he wanted to take charge. And that bait, he was like, these are some of the things you could do, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, did you not, I guess text didn't relay my non-enthusiasm of really wanting to know what I could do.
People doing that though. I'm like, I get that I try not to get too frustrated because I tried to get my brain right when I got into this, seeing this stuff before. Not as bad. I wasn't ready for the big to do, but I knew we would get all kinds. I knew we would get people with differing personalities.
Yeah.
But it's still, part of me is like, oh, well, yeah. But the other part of me is like, I can't believe people think they can go on here and tell other people what to do when we're all our own channels. Unless you're like, I understand how the LA group imploded because they all saw each other offline. And when you do that and you hang out in person, there's different.
Well, you have someone manipulating different scenarios, different people.
But when we're out here
doing this, the other person
but when we're out here, just
they get to chit-chatting.
Right. So they have more interaction, more, I guess, chances of personality conflicts.
Yeah.
But when we're just out here like me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really hang with anybody off here. We're just out here doing our stuff, and yet they think they can tell us what we can and can't do. And I'm like,
I first thought it was a generational thing, but I think across the board, I truly believe it's the way we live that we're entitled. And when you're entitled to so many different things and you're voicing your opinion, you're like, well, I probably know better than you. But it's like, I think we do it subconsciously without regard of other person and what their abilities are or what their passions are.
It's selfishness. It is. I mean,
yeah.
or just, there's a word I want to say, just disregard for, maybe not their selfishness, but there's also just a complete disregard for other people. Like, your bubble is most important.
Yes, I think we do not relate or have any tolerance for other people. That's
tolerance.
I think there's no tolerance anymore of accepting who other people are and what they do, what their talents are. It's just all of a sudden it's like, well, I could have done it better. And it's like,
mm-hmm.
Who the hell cares? Do something about it. I don't know.
I've always said, you've seen me, Scooter Mom, she's like, I deal with a lot of different people out there. And I can deal with all of it until they get really rude. Because I'm like, and in the community too, I'm like, I like that people are different. I like that, hey, I don't agree with everything everybody says. It makes it interesting. I learn stuff from other people.
Yeah.
Because they think different. And I'm like, I never saw it that way before.
But there is a way to express your opinion without being insulting and bossy and mansplaining and ignorant and rude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've been holding that back.
There's been a lot that's why I was like, I'm not, for a while I was in no one's chat. I was like, I'm not going there. I'm going back to the beginning where I don't need to talk to people going back, making a safe space for myself. I'm like, I have too much going on in my personal life to add more
that's
to
smart.
it.
I mean, that was
Yeah.
a smart choice. Sometimes you have to do that. You
Yeah.
have to take care of yourself. You know, if I ever got to the point where it was stressing me out, I would quit. Well, I mean, if it was taking over my life, like some people, it's like it really pushes them over the edge that they just can't handle it. There's a couple people. I'm
Not
like,
naming any names.
if it is ruining your life, you need to get off YouTube.
Yep.
It is not worth it.
No.
So
No.
I don't understand if you are in a mental health crisis to the point that being on YouTube or somebody stalking you or talking about you is pushing you so far over the edge that it is ruining your life. You need to step back. And if that ever happened to me, I would.
Well, and that's why I took that break. I was just like,
Right. That was smart.
I'm a bit overwhelmed. All I will do is cry and put attention on something that I don't need to broadcast. I don't need other people's opinions. I just need a safe place, and then until I'm okay, and I'll get there. I just needed a mental break.
Do you have anybody you can call when that happens?
No.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna give you my phone number.
It's just one of those things where
if you need to talk to somebody,
I'm the sane one when it comes to the anxiety and type of mental health that gets too overwhelming for both my husband and my daughter. So 2 years ago, both spiraled out of control.
That is perfectly said, no face. Perfectly said.
Yeah.
And I see that.
Oh, I see that.
And I tried to give them
they're stirring the pot and making it worse and just inciting more more anger out of the person, or more like just there's way too much like there's no common sense, there's no reasoning of like, okay, we hear you, how about and like moving forward with it instead of they want her to or them to sit in it, keep going back to it.
Yeah.
And
that's the problem when those people, there's nothing. I've dealt with people like that in my past, and there's nothing you can do. Those people have issues that someone else cannot fix.
Yes.
It's got to be the person that I dealt with, and I looked up what was wrong with them. It was a personality disorder type thing. And what I read was medication won't help. The only thing that can help something like that is intense therapy or a life-changing event that resets you.
Yeah.
If neither one, the people that I dealt with, like my sister was one who I haven't spoken to since 1999, because it still to this day is hard to wrap my head around. But I had my mom and I talked. My mom was on her deathbed when we had this conversation. I said, I don't understand somebody who can lie like that. Just make things up out of the clear blue sky. Just make it up. And she said, it has different names now, but this was in the 90s. She said that they literally believe the fantasy world that they live in. That somehow in their brain, they don't think like us. They don't think normal. And in their mind, they think what they're doing is okay or right. Yeah. And they believe they're... Now, the thing that I like about it is Amber Heard was one that if you ever, if you watch that at all, that was, and the people we're dealing with might be similar. The thing about it is they will she literally recorded things, thought she had Johnny Depp in a corner and made him look bad. And when they played it, it made her look bad. And she didn't even get that.
No.
She didn't even get, in her mind, she had him. But when they played it, all it did was, wow, it was all her. And that's the only good thing is they're not smart enough to think ahead. So they end up eventually showing themselves for who they are, imploding. Everybody sees them for who they are. And usually there's a cycle. They'll leave. They'll use everybody up, realize they've got no more targets, and they'll leave. But he can't. One of them people can't. Or now we have YouTube. And I was about to say something. I've said this in many comments of videos I've watched, a lot of shorts. Have you guys ever seen Big Daddy Leo? He's hilarious. He just shows somebody. I'll bring it up in a second.
Yeah, no face. My brother's one of them. But he thinks he's the smartest person in the room.
Yeah, they think they're the smartest person in the room, but thankfully
but
they're
it's
not.
Everybody else's fault.
Right.
The reason why they're in the state they are
Totally. And that's why, nothing's ever going to change those people that are in the community. Where, you either give them the attention they want, which they do. But anyway, what I was going to say was, so he'll be reacting to this crazy video, just something you can't believe somebody put online about themselves or something really weird. And I will just type, social media has allowed people to broadcast they're crazy. And they make us watch it. Well, those are shorts. It'll come up in a short. But I'm just saying, social media has people get on here and the stuff you wouldn't never find out about before social media that would just stay in their house is now they throw it up all over the social media.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, because I'm sure you all have seen things not only in this community, but just on YouTube or I don't watch TikTok, but I've seen people react to TikToks, and I'm just like, wow, these are things we would have never known about in real life, except people think they can go live stream just the weirdest. I couldn't even begin to check off all the weird stuff I have seen.
I watched a reaction. This woman's 28 years old, had her first child when she was 16. Has 9 kids by 9 different dads.
And she's broadcasting that, right?
Oh, she broadcasts more. That she likes effing.
Did no one learn from the Octomom?
None of them were planned. Maybe the 8th one, I think she said was planned. But they were doing this reaction to the snacks being pulled from the EBT. I don't know. Trump did something, and of course they're complaining about it. And then she has 3 carts full of all snacks. The only vegetable or fruit is canned green beans. There's lollipops. There's like 3 different cereals, cinnamon bun. I mean, all processed food and all snacks, and it's $1,000 worth. And she's like, yeah, I got lollipops for the kids. I got this. It's like, I think they can live without the lollipops. Or it's like, are we cooking or are we just vending machines? Like, it just blew my mind. And she's just like, and then the people talking about it were like, how's she able to even work? Because the 9 kids and 9 daycare, like in all daycare, that's like, but then they also talked about child support. Each one of those could be $500 if the kid paid or the whatever. But I'm just
my grandson's mother.
Why would you be going around?
My son's baby mama.
Yeah.
So my son's baby mama is 5'5", 5 for 5. But she lost custody of the first 2.
She was saying, be thankful I didn't terminate. Like, I didn't kill no baby.
You know what? I had this thing, and this may be controversial. But
like, what?
Because they said that I found out they get more money if you have like 4 kids from one dad. You don't get as much money as if you have 4 different dads. But I was like, why don't they offer, and this may be controversial, after you've had a certain number of kids, give them a bonus if they're on assistance. Say, we'll give you this lump sum of money if you get fixed.
Yeah. Well, she has one twins, but to be 28 and start at 15 or 16, that's a kid every year.
Wow.
That's a freaking kid every year.
And that's not unusual these days.
No, but where's the hell is birth control? Where's the hell is the parent of the whatever?
Did you ever hear about that guy that had 30 kids?
Oh, he was like on 40 something, and the judge literally told him, condom. I think we're talking about the same guy. I mean, it could be a different guy.
I wanted to. So I'm going to show you this one I saw today.
Which date are we talking about?
Which date? I know. Yeah, they think that no one can see them in their safe space. Yet they don't. They're picking their nose online on TV with the camera instead of in their car. They're not keeping their crazy in their car. So I watched this. I said this exact comment on this video. Let me see if I can bring it up. So this is Big Daddy Leo, and he's hilarious. The way he just reacts to other things, and he's funny. All right.
They didn't me to go on a date with my boyfriend's dad.
What she said? Because it's probably because sometimes you overthink. Sometimes you overthink. World's crazy. It's probably like a get to know each other better. Talk about son's relationship. Yeah. All right.
I've been liking him for such a long time. When I finally told him, my boyfriend doesn't know because he's getting his wisdom tooth removed today.
That's not what it was at all. Yeah. Algorithm. Did I hurt you?
Get ready for me to go on a date with my boyfriend's dad.
This guy is so hilarious, and all he does is do that. Or sometimes he says nothing; it's just his face.
Yeah,
it's just his face. Oh my gosh, he's funny.
and he's called Big Daddy.
Yeah. Big Daddy Leo.
Big Daddy Leo. Okay.
Yeah. He mostly does shorts, and he'll his Monday ones and his pet sitting, like he's pet sitting, and he'll go in a room in his house and some pets will be doing some crazy stuff. Those are funny.
Kim's sharing her life. What she does in her private.
Nah, me? I never used to watch shorts till a few months ago. I never watched them. Now I have to give myself a time limit, or I'll be on there all day. But yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing. Our lives and our world used to be this big. I remember when we had corded telephones. You know what was great about
Yeah.
dating without social media? If you and your boyfriend broke up over the weekend, by the time everybody found out by Monday at school, it was done and nobody had anything to say, their 2 cents to say, because it was over. Now you're like, I'm fighting with my boyfriend, and you get, oh, girl, you should leave him. You know, he ain't you don't need to do that. And I'm just like, it clouds your brain. I've watched my daughter. She started with MySpace, and it was a lot of stress. Hey, Track Goose. Yes, you do. Yes. My husband is addicted. He will wake up shorts. He will watch shorts all day long. All day long. Now, I do mine on the computer, so I can kind of pick and choose. He just watches, whatever comes next. But yeah, they made it to be addictive. That's the way TikTok was. And now the shorts on YouTube are a clone of that. And they were created to be addictive and take up your time and make your brain mush. So I do try to cap my time on it. And I don't like things I don't want to see a lot of, because boy, if you like something, this one thing, that's all you'll get. I'm very careful what I like, which like I get a lot of the pet videos. I don't like any of them, but I still get them.
Excuse me, Miss Kim. I just put up a couple of shorts of my new fluffies.
Oh, those are cute. The one that's the thing. No, I do. I love them. That's the problem. I do love them. And I'm like, I get way too many of them. So I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Yep. There you go. Exactly. And I'll be honest, I get upset with my husband sometimes. We'll be talking, he's got his earbud in, or I'll be we'll go to watch a movie. He's over there,
and he's sitting there scrolling.
He's addicted. He really is. I'm not joking. We're gonna have to have an intervention with these shorts. And he'll, in the morning when he gets home from work, he'll be up for 2 or 3 more hours doing that. And I'm like, you need to put the phone down and go to sleep. You gotta go to work later. So I hope you're listening.
No, he's watching shorts.
Oh, I'm sure, because there's times where he has to sit in the patrol car when there's employees coming in, like 3:30 in the morning, to the commercial kitchen. He just has to sit there in the car with all the lights on and make sure nobody. It's a bad neighborhood. I know that's what he's doing. Dang, at least some of his stuff is like he's learning. He watches a lot of knife makers and stuff like that he likes. So yeah, it is addicting. It can be, because you don't realize how much time has gone by. So be careful. It's a PSA. Be careful. Give yourself 10, 20 minutes.
Set an alert. Set a timer.
Yep. Well, that's how I time. I'll go sit on my break, and I know I can do maybe 5 shorts if they're, depending on how. Some of them are a couple minutes long. Sometimes, but yeah. But yeah, Big Daddy Leo is. I gotta find another one. There was one. I gotta show you. Yep, this. I'll show you this one too. This one's cute.
What is that?
Is that a stout?
Okay,
It's
seriously. What is
Stout,
that?
a stout, whatever.
Did it just bark? Did somebody make some kind of a cat dog breed animal? What is that?
Have you ever seen baby wolves?
I want it.
I would have never known those are wolves.
I have nothing in there. G.I. Joe lunchbox. What? You could put lunch in it. The other side, Transformers. You ain't not never seen that. You don't want that. Okay.
Ooh, that's creepy.
This little guy likes to play games. This is all your fault.
Oh, he's not done. This is all your fault. Yes. I'm like so caught up on him. I see his most recent one. I've watched so many of those. He is hilarious. Hilarious. Yeah, that's true, Track Goose. It can. I know.
Haven't
It
you seen
can.
people not look up from the phone when they're walking, and then they walk right like into sidewalks and everything, oncoming cars?
That I don't. I could never do that.
Bicycles. They're pedaling on their bicycle, and they're literally watching their phone.
I ride a big red scooter. Do you have any idea how many people have nearly walked into me because they're staring at their phones?
You know what they
And I'm like, excuse me.
I've been trying to tell my daughter it's survival of the fittest. Like literally, or what was it? It wasn't survival of the fittest. It was what's the other one?
Natural selection.
Natural selection.
Yeah.
It's literally, and it's not that I wish people harm, but I swear to you, I just walked my dogs to the park. It was finally less than 100. And it was, but two people are on the roof. The guy's pants are pretty much halfway down. I could see his underwear, and he's just dancing. They're both high, and I'm like, if someone falls, it's reasonable. It's just okay.
Yeah.
You're not, and come on.
You know what they did in Japan? Japan or Korea? They now have lights on the where you cross on the ground. The green and reds when you cross on the ground because of people on their phones. I'm like,
I've seen people have become pathetic. No offense. If you want to be pathetic, go for it. But there's only so much help that someone can give. Like, wear a seatbelt. It's the law, because you're like causing us to work harder to save your life because you decided not to. But
yeah,
when you have to like put lights on the ground,
yep.
What are you, landing a plane? Like, what? It's stupid. It's so stupid. It's
No
not
face.
help.
I actually put a bike horn on my scooter that makes the ahooga noise.
Oh, good. I was going to say that or an air horn.
They still ignore it.
Wow.
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 I just don't get it. Like, I have stupid moments at times, or a lapse in judgment. I get it. It happens.
Yeah, everybody does that.
When you know that you're going into a situation where something could kill you or harm you, because it's like camping last year. There was about a year cub, a year old, and people stopped out of their car and brought over their family and their kids to the bear. It's not a freaking zoo. Mm-hmm. So I'm standing with my daughter at the campsite across the road going, natural selection, Caitlin, natural selection. We're watching a family show their kids to a live, uninhabited bear.
Mm.
And of course, it would be the bear's fault. You know,
of course.
Mm-hmm.
The bear should have
Because the
known to stay away from the humans.
that are making this harder for them to have nature. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
Or the campers next door put bananas on the picnic bench like it's a fruit bowl. Like, you know, we have bears, coyotes. Just, you know, something that you don't
Uninhabited bears.
Yeah, or yeah. Well, untamed.
Oh.
Wild.
Yeah.
Just and they keep having babies, so
Unsophisticated.
the babies start growing and they roam like around not our neighborhood, but in our town. There's a mountain lion now that comes down because of the wildfires that we all had surrounded. We were surrounded. And in Napa, it was all, and then it was all here. And just everything was on fire that one year, a couple of years ago. And the mountain lion comes down now. And everyone's like, why is he here? He doesn't ask permission, and he does not know what civilized means. Like, people, like, and he cannot read a sign saying this is the city. It's, you know, I'm like, how stupid can we get? I just feel so sad for all these wild animals that I'm like, people are
Yes.
just like,
Like they're just literally trying to survive. And the city is a much bigger food source than they've got up in the hills.
yes, especially when they're ranged, because they did like a huge study with the trackers on the wild bears. They travel like around like what you would think is impossible, but they travel out of state all around and come back to have where they have their babies, where, you know, like different seasons.
No.
Oh.
That's funny.
Well, the bear knows where, you know, campers are idiots.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, I've been camping for 25 plus years. Plus I grew up in the Sierra Mountains where you did not create trash. You ate what you had. And you ate your whole plate. What was on your plate. You did not create trash and then go to the trash bin. Nope, nothing. Because that brings the wolves and the bears and where you do not want them.
And you burn your paper plates.
Oh, well, we have
where I grew up,
yeah.
we didn't have scary things like that where we camped, but we learned about it. We learned not to, you know,
And
how to
pine
camp
salt,
right.
amazing. That will cover up any scent of the cooking and stuff.
What will?
Pine salt.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Yep.
Have you guys seen the movie Idiocracy?
I don't think so.
Have to see that movie. It's many years old, and it didn't get a lot of attention. They didn't think it was going to do well, so they didn't put it in a lot of theaters. But it's now like a cult classic. It's literally coming true.
Oh boy.
Literally, and what it is they
take
take,
like 1984.
I don't think it's that old.
No. Like 1984, the movie or the book. You know what I'm talking about?
No. This is a comedy.
Oh,
and
I meant like true, like how screens take over the whole room, the whole wall.
Yes,
Society
there, but it's more than that. What it is they take this soldier and this girl, and they freeze them. It's a experiment. Well, they forget about him. The project gets shut down. He wakes up 500 years later, and everybody is stupid.
I feel like that now.
because all the educated people were deciding not to have kids, to have their careers. And they showed this football player that had a IQ of like 50, had like 9 kids, and they were the ones procreating. And eventually, you have to see this movie because it was funny. But now I'm like, that is coming true. Japan's having a low birth rate. China's having a low birth rate. A lot of places are having low birth rates. And
No face.
for that reason,
It gets worse.
getting
No face.
married.
Yes. Him and his girlfriend were eaten alive.
To what?
Mm.
What?
Yeah. The Grizzly Man. And it was recorded and given to the mom, and was told the mom never ever listen to this recording because they were being eaten
Oh,
while they were trying to help. Like, he called for help, and
So got more than just him.
Him and his girlfriend lived on this remote little place where all the grizzlies were.
Yeah,
And
I
it
see
became-
people with.
I think it was a mating season.
So this
it was
wasn't
some
a
sort of
bear that
season.
he raised. He made friends with a wild bear.
He thought he can become one with the
Yeah, no,
grizzlies and the pack,
no,
and
that was stupid.
one got, and then he called for his girlfriend that he's eating me, and she came to help, and it was all recorded too.
I just
It's
watched something the other
horrifying.
day. This
There's
woman
a
got.
documentary with him, like several months. I mean, I think it was a little more than 6 months.
I'm surprised I haven't heard that story.
It was mostly audible. It was horrible.
I just watched one. Somebody got out of their car at a safari, and
Why?
she
To
said she was. They said she was motion sick, and you see this tiger just grab her off the camera off to the side. Then the guy gets out of the car. The mom gets out of the car. She survived to go help. She survived, but the mom got.
That's what I'm saying. Why get out? That one's gone.
I was saying the same thing. I'm like,
unless I want to be gone with them, I'm not making that choice that I can save that person.
I just watched when this drunk guy went into a lion enclosure, and they said he survived. He survived because he was chill and drunk and not afraid and didn't run. And literally was yelling at the lion to go do something, and the lion went and did it because because if he'd have ran, he'd have been a meal. Because if you run, you're a prey.
Well, it's like sharks bite not because they're hungry. It's because they don't have hands to touch you with, so they just bite.
I'll be right back.
What it is.
No face.
It's that's why I'm like, it doesn't matter. They don't need to eat you. They'll just take you out because you're on their land, or they thought you were a threat, or you're a plaything. I don't know, but I don't want to find out.
Just when I have forgotten how much stupidity there is in the world today, I am reminded of how much stupidity there is in the world today.
But yeah, the Grizzly Man story, I don't know how many years ago it was. It was within the last 10 years. But it just, I get you want to be a naturalist. I totally get it. But there's a reason why people do not live with grizzly bears. Or bears for that matter.
Mm.
Wow. I can still hear you.
There's a reason why they have their own land, or supposed to.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
Gosh.
Oh, okay, that was a neat story.
Yeah.
You know, I have a hard enough walking and not getting hit by something or having a head concussion that day. I don't need you to tell me how hard life is.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
let's see.
No face, the grizzly? Are you serious? Wow. Time is just horrible to me. Like it's in the last thing. No, it's been more than 20, but thank you.
Yeah.
I had a couple shorts that I had just to watch for fun. Let's see. Oh, wrong. Wrong. That's wrong. Oh, okay. I'm getting it. I swear. There it is.
Oh no, I wasn't saying oh my gosh to you. I'm just like trying to break the stupidity of
Yeah.
I'm just surprised there's not.
Isn't that pretty? That was so pretty.
That is pretty.
I would have never thought of that. I thought that was neat. Oh, there's this other guy I watch here. I like him when he talks about his kids. Nah, where'd he go?
Somebody once asked me what the rules were for a young man to date my daughter. I said, well, there are several. But if I had to distill it into one quick and easy to understand piece of advice, it would be to treat it like a traffic stop. Keep your hands where I can see them, and you're less likely to get shot.
Yeah, that'd be Tom. We had one of Devin's boyfriend try to get one over on a sergeant in the army.
Yes,
That
no
one.
face, they did.
Wow.
Some people
Oh, yeah,
did
yeah.
set off a huge wildfire. Yep.
Yeah, gotta be careful with those things. There was, yeah. Let's see. There was,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
wildfires happen so many times that now it's wildfire season or fire season. It's like fire has a season.
Wildfire season has extended, probably in part due to reveal parties.
probably.
That time that I was talking about when everything was on fire in South and North California, and then all of a sudden New York, it's like the West Coast and East Coast were on fire at the same time. And it was like, is this an apocalypse?
Yeah.
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 Oh, and I'm sorry to bring up politics, but we're talking stupid. 6, I think it was governors, wrote a letter to the Canadian government saying that the wildfire smoke in Canada was affecting their quality of life.
I would like this list.
Yeah.
Find that list. Because I want to know who that was too.
Mhm.
Like,
I know
excuse
Wisconsin
me.
was one.
Which governor?
Yeah.
New York, probably. I don't. Oh my gosh!
I don't recall.
Seriously,
Wrote
Yeah.
letter.
you guys
Yep.
have one fire that affects the United States, and we are complaining.
You guys have fires, and we send firefighters and airships and
Yeah.
to help put out the fire.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know that for. Oh my gosh! This is insane. This is where
Good neighbors.
and entitlements. How about like how are you guys doing up there? Do we need to send more? Like, how can we help? No, excuse me.
Mexico
you're
sent
my
help.
life. I have to wear a mask at times.
Ah,
Yeah, it's probably a paid thing. Yeah.
I'll find it somewhere else.
Oh, you could do an AI. The Google AI. They'll probably list.
You're right. Ah, there we go. Perfect.
Wait,
I can't even see that. I hope you
2
can
for
read it to us.
Wisconsin and 4 for Minnesota.
Lawmakers. It was
Lawmakers, yeah.
not governors. It was members of Congress.
Michelle Fishback? Is that about the Fishback family? Or is that somebody else?
I don't know. Michelle Fishback, Minnesota. Tom Emmer, Minnesota. Pete Stauber, Minnesota. Brad Finstead, Minnesota. Glenn Grotham, Wisconsin. Tom Tiffany, Wisconsin.
These people live pathetic lives.
The letter expresses concern about the impact of Canadian wildfire smoke on their constituents' health and quality of life, accusing Canada of poor forest management practices contributing to the issue. The lawmakers requested information on Canada's plans for mitigating.
Wait, are you having wildfires right now, Scooter Mom?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Know. I've been so focused on the floods.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. On Threads, there is a thread of Canadians, like it would be like under a hashtag, I guess. And some of the responses from Canadians crack me up.
Oh my gosh. The comments are the best on stuff like that.
I just feel like we're getting stupid as a society in America.
Yes.
And I understand Californians and Floridians.
Sorry, I was laughing at the Governor Newsom comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But Californians and Floridians for a long time now have competed on who's stupider. Who's even more stupid. I don't think stupider is a word, but don't get that.
I think Florida has you beat. Just saying, from my observation.
But I think
Florida has
as
you
Americans are going down fast.
Yes, Afila, we do.
And I think we have no credibility. I really don't. And it's so sad.
I mean, I didn't want to say it, Journey.
We need to laugh.
Lord.
I didn't want to be the one to say it, but yeah.
Well, it's like...
Okay, there is clothing on there. At first, I wasn't sure.
He handed it to her like a purse. That's what you have to pay attention to. He's like, here. Oh my God. Oh, girl got some strength there.
Mm-hmm. The other one, not so much.
How dumb are they?
Not our arms. That's the problem.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
I don't ever want to ask that question. How dumb are they? Because somebody will beat them.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
somebody will be right there to say, here, hold my beer.
There you go. Right there.
Yeah, I'm not saying other countries are smarter than us, but I just feel like we are waving our dumb flag.
Well, okay, like I said before, people can go on here and express their crazy, and they can express their stupidest.
Yeah.
I don't know what word I was trying for there, but they're stupid. They can express their stupid. And you can't fix stupid.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. You can, you just want to try. But I feel like we're like at this point, screw it.
Yep.
This is a smart letter. Like, no, it's not.
I'm not the smartest, the sharpest tool in the shed myself, but I got a little bit of common. I'm not book smart, but I got some common sense.
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, who are these lawmakers or whatever? Like, to say, excuse me, can you make sure the wind blows a different direction?
Yeah. I immediately was reminded of a comment, I guess probably a week or so ago, in one of the chats I was in. Somebody asked Northern Girl if she was, or how it was going with the wildfires, and her response was something about, I'm getting out my hockey stick to wave it at the smoke.
Yeah. Good luck. Oh, goodness.
And I laugh just as hard every time I think about it as I did that time when I read it.
I'm picturing that.
Because you can really picture it. It's awesome. Yes. Just hold on. I'm getting my hockey stick right now.
Come in a circle.
In between the chats. I'm busy.
So, did they get any kind of official response to that letter? Or did it just go in the chat?
I don't know.
I cannot believe
That might work.
Yeah, no, it's... Oh, God. But sugar burns, so...
I was thinking maybe it would just be heavy enough to just take the oxygen out. I was hoping.
Oh, God.
I think our fire specialist is Tom.
Oh,
Oh,
He got to spend
God.
30 days in a burn unit when he was 10.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You mentioned that before.
Yep.
the corner house when my daughter was,
Oh,
she was still in a diaper, so between 1 and 3. It was in the middle of the night. I just hear, fire, get out, and then a boom, and it like actually shook the house. The
oof.
water heater exploded in the garage, and then like the trees are on fire. And I was like, Brian, fire! There's fire in her, like, and he just looks up and he's like, and the trees are green because it's a bird. I was like, you did not just hear that explosion and like it shook our house. So I grab the baby and I'm running out, standing on the corner. Someone's trying to help the firefighters. The firefighters are like, get out of our way. And
Yeah.
go like this, and I just see this huge flame behind her house going, oh my gosh. It burned so hot that the Jeep in the driveway was toast. Like burned the tires, everything. And there was mini explosions because of the paint in the garage.
Yep.
Ooh.
And yeah, no, it completely melted. And so I was, but thankfully, but yeah, he was right. The tree was green enough that it wasn't just gonna come on our side. But I was like, don't tell me the trees are green. I know the trees are green. There's a fire.
Knock on wood. We haven't had any issues with that.
But you cannot wake up my husband for nothing.
My
And my
husband is
daughter's
like
pretty much the same way.
attack.
She can sit up, talk to you, her eyes are open, but she's dead inside. I'm like, you guys are screwed. I like wake up the slightest noise, and I'm like, my dog scratches, and I wake up.
And I'm up for the night.
Yes. And so I'm like, you guys have no survival skills.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting my time trying to wake you up. Just tell your mom, it's their fault.
Yeah.
They didn't move. I said move. Oh. But I mean, how many acres? Because I have no clue about the fire. Is it near you in Toronto, or is it?
No. It's I believe it's in Manitoba.
Okay.
Oh, I know exactly where that is.
It's in Canada, Kim. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's that way.
Okay.
It's that way.
I know. By doing the map, I totally learned where Scotia is. I was like, that's where the
Yeah.
Yeah, it's off of
Oh, I know where Nova Scotia is because my parents went there for their honeymoon.
I have no idea.
No,
I don't know.
I gotta make a phone call because this is driving me crazy.
Follow the smoke. She's by Mexico. We're in the middle.
We've gotten smoke from Mexico before.
She's in the middle of Texas. You don't see nothing in Texas.
Okay. Oh, I think I have found.
He is not answering.
Yes, I have. Give me a sec here.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, here we are.
Later. Follow the smoke. Yeah, we had. I know what that's like because they were having fires in Mexico. Oh, probably a lot of years ago, and we were getting it here. We had to stay indoors.
Kim?
Yes.
Can you approve that?
Yes. Where? This one?
Yes. Now I'll go back and scroll it down.
Okay.
Oh,
so
they called. Okay.
Calls out U.S. lawmakers.
They made it public.
Making it difficult for Americans to enjoy the summer. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
they said that in their letter?
Yeah. 6 Republican lawmakers from Minnesota and Wisconsin, which you guys already covered, in response, Canoe said Thursday that lawmakers should speak with the American firefighters currently on the ground in Manitoba instead of making political statements from afar. So we do have American firefighters there in northern Manitoba helping.
Oh, good.
So that's a good thing. I would challenge these ambulance chasers in the U.S. Congress to go and do the same and hear about how much American firefighting heroes who are here, how much they love our province.
I want to move to Canada. I wanted to move to Canada when I was 15. And never even visited the whole time I lived in Ohio, which was right there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they complained about the lack of active forest management.
Oh, they want to talk about
but arson could also be a contributing factor.
Maybe they need to talk to California first. Saying.
maybe they just need to shut up.
Yeah, they could do that too.
Hmm.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
Wow. I'd love to read the
Oh,
comments. Is there
okay.
comments
There's
on
a.
that?
I don't know. Here, do you want to hear the story? It's a minute and 42. Okay.
That's fine.
Wait a minute.
Unmute it. It's on the bottom right.
Oh, sound.
Some
Hello.
U.S. lawmakers. The thick
There we go.
wildfire smoke that's moved into Winnipeg has many people staying indoors. But according to some U.S. lawmakers, the challenges don't stop at the border. Representatives from both Wisconsin and Minnesota sent a letter to Canada complaining about the air quality in their states because of Canadian wildfires. Premier Wab Kinew had a response.
And this is what turns people off from politics, is when you got a group of Congress people trying to trivialize and make hay out of a wildfire season where we've lost lives in our province. There's no place for that in politics. If you can't get likes on Instagram from your own skills as a politician, don't bother trying to throw other people under the bus during a state of emergency.
The province declaring a state of emergency Thursday, the second time this wildfire season. More than 1 million hectares has burned so far this year. That's more than 21 times the size of the city of Winnipeg. For some, the ordeal has been even more devastating, as it's meant leaving their animals behind. Melanie Chuddick with the Manitoba Animal Alliance says they've been doing what they can to support those pets in evacuated communities, and says Manitobans can step up as well.
We're looking for donations of food, collars, plastic crates, because when it is safe to do so, we will be helping those first responders who are in those communities bring animals back down to the south.
The additional evacuations announced this week brings the total number of evacuees in Manitoba to 12,000. That, as the most recent provincial update said, that there were still 105 fires burning in Manitoba. Viciolos Polos, Global News.
Talking about kicking somebody when they're down.
Mm-hmm. All because
Like, timing.
Yeah.
Read the room.
Yep.
Wow.
We're so entitled.
Yeah, I
about
don't
how
see
our
a
people are
comment
doing.
section.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. I can't believe they did that.
Sorry, no comment section to
Like
enjoy
right now, I mean,
on that.
while it's going on, I could see maybe having a offline conversation afterwards, maybe. But dang.
I'm glad they were called out, though. I'm glad.
I mean, yeah, I am too. But
in the office,
I'm sorry,
no.
but the example in the White House, though. The example in the White House.
I could put him there.
When what's his name from Ukraine visited. The president of Ukraine. I can't. Sorry, I'm blanking on his name right now. Zelensky. When he visited, and they literally just blamed him for the whole thing, and then yelled at him for not wearing a suit, and like, when you have that example going on from the Republican Party, of course they're going to do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, but
my whole thought this whole time, I didn't say it yet, was I'll bet you they could put that energy to something that needs done in their state. I haven't seen anybody putting forth any, laws for their states or, doing anything like that. Are they doing their forestry? Do they even know? Did they check? I don't know. I don't know much about Wisconsin, but it's pretty. Yeah. Okay, I got brain fart now. Oh, my head hurts. Oh.
I
just had a brain fart.
I do, however, I can, if you're interested, I can pull up that thread.
Sure.
Okay, give me a sec.
Yeah, when we see these shorts, my husband, he gets into the comments. I don't always check comments or comment on things, but he does a lot. And he'll go to the comments can be funnier than the video sometimes.
Okay, so it starts out with a super funny thread that says, Canada tried sending a letter to the wildfires to make them stop, but no response as of yet.
Okay, that's good.
I yelled at the fires while I was showering. Did it help? How about if we seed our clouds? Maybe that'll stop it. Maybe an email is quicker. A cease and desist.
Sounds good.
Did it include thank you for your attention to this matter? Try a letter to USA to adopt responsible climate change action. Canada is tired of hosting consequences of its irresponsibility.
Ooh.
Did they address it correctly? Wildfires care of Manitoba today. Piss off. That's the postal code.
Oh wait,
was it a strongly worded letter?
If you go up, it says I have a friend waving a hockey.
Yes,
stick at
hockey
it.
stick at the smoke.
Other people had that thought.
I guess so. How many water bombers are they sending? Oh yeah.
Do we have
They
any?
burn the letter upon receipt. I have no idea.
But it went up in smoke. The U.S. can build a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not paying for it. Maybe the post office is on strike again.
What?
Maybe the post office is on strike again.
Oh, yeah. I know how that is.
Oops, we burned them. We're going to impose tariffs on the fire in 2 weeks. We even said please. Oh gosh. I'm sure that there was more, but I don't think, no, that's just going to tell me about stuff. So never mind that.
That's funny.
Oh God. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't seen that anywhere.
See, and I have not been paying attention to news or.
Ooh, sorry.
But I remember a while back, it was between France and another country, and the guy on the tractor moved this stone. So France for like 8 weeks had less or more of part of another country because the boulder was moved. There's a line of boulders for the.
I remember something like that.
That's
Yeah.
what it meant. I was just trying to get my tractor to load.
Yeah.
But I'm like, who would notice the boulder is not in the right spot?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. It was a border marker.
And they moved it.
Yep. So France had a certain amount of less or more land taken or given.
So
We
many
can do
more
that.
in the world.
Oops.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I just feel people are way too entitled and no tolerance for other people's lives or humanity. I mean, with Scientology talking all about this humanity. Okay, I saved it, and I've been saving posts since May to do a live about it, of all this propaganda Scientology has been putting out.
Yeah, I saw they were on TikTok.
They are promoting David Miscavige as compassionate. And I was like, isn't that against? And
I thought you weren't allowed to be nice.
The AI explained the difference between compassionate and sympathy. Sympathy is more pity. Compassion is more like they can help you in some way with your pain and suffering. But I'm like,
yeah, they'll give you a book and sell you a course.
But that's not on the tone. That's a low tone scale. If you have compassion for somebody, because they pulled it in. They pulled in the suffering. So I'm like, they are making it up as they go for the people trying to get in.
I'll say whatever they need.
The people that they're trying to get in.
To get in. Because in Chico, up north in California, it's a college town. And at this mission, it was created by the person that has the Sacramento mission. And she also goes to this org, the Sacramento org. And they are trying to promote this as look into it yourself. Don't worry about everything else going on, like, or what you've heard. Find out for yourself. And then also the story of them trying to get the street. How many excuses have they made of why they need this street to be a valet? First, no one uses it. But then somehow there's so many traffic accidents. Then, because another offer, and then they were like, you didn't really answer it, so our answer is going to be no. They pulled out, got the state attorney general, to cite that they are prejudiced and against religious freedom act, blah blah blah.
Against Clearwater?
No, against the Clearwater Council, yes. And then now the most recent is that in 1922, the plot of land included that street. So therefore, and also if you don't buy that, because we own the surrounding buildings of the street, it might as well be ours. They're freaking pirates. I said this before in my map. They pillage and plunder and take everything for themselves. And if they don't get their way, it's almost, because this would have got in the 1980s and 90s, they would have gotten away with this. But now that everything's on the record repeatedly, it's like, how many excuses for this land do you need to make it a valet?
Yep.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So to have this all public and it already be in the news, that's David Miscavige's biggest thing. It's already in the news that they wanted this and they pulled out. Now they're saying you get no money for this. It blows my mind. And then I'm like, promoting as the most ethical. Like, are you serious?
Hello.
But then we go back to the talk about how stupid people are. And then I'm like, we're screwed.
Hang on.
That tracks, yep.
But I'm like, you cannot have the street. they even illegally had private meetings with you because David Miscavige himself doesn't present and make this offer in person at a meeting. They have to come to him one-on-one, not as a group,
Yep.
but individually.
Oh, I think they finally saw how much the community was against it, and they realized
They haven't stopped.
No,
Kim, I have an article that Journey sent me a link to from Tony Ortega.
So they're still trying to get that street.
Oh, but now,
Yeah.
because it's rightfully ours in two different ways.
Whatever.
Yep.
I'm
They
like,
still have to go
over
through the
100
process.
years old, and this road is used, and this road has been maintained by the city for
Yep.
a long time. And I'm pretty sure in 1922, I'm not sure if there was a road or a dirt road. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty damn sure that it was not sold as a parcel, a piece of land, as the other parcels. So Scientology
It doesn't even matter. That was 100 years ago.
I know, but this
What?
is a lawyer. This is a lawyer that's saying it's rightfully theirs, and because they, and then they argue that because the right of way was designated this way on the plat, it should be theirs.
Yep.
Lord have mercy.
And because we have the other parcels, it might as well be ours anyways, with zero money.
Oh, and by the way, yeah, this time you won't get any money. Yeah.
Oh, even better.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
It belongs to us. You've been controlling it illegally, and so we're taking it.
Sounds like a petulant child.
That's what I'm saying.
It's ours. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine.
Mm-hmm. Because he needs a yes man. And Mr. Cotton, the one that like brown nosed his way and said there's no back deals, there's no, or whatever he said behind, it's all up front, it's all legal, and we did the, like everything, and they are ethical. He threw away his reputation now. Threw it away. You stand by this? You stand by them? This is treason in my eyes.
Yeah.
This is part espionage. To go against the city as just a person, just a United States, and demand that this land is mine and you have to give it to me.
Yeah.
Well, this is why.
What the hell is wrong with you?
This is the good side of social media.
Yeah.
Puts everything to light because they used to do this crap. They're used to doing it all these years in private. Nobody ever knew what was going on until it was a done deal, and this time it didn't work.
I knew their words were gonna like demolish themselves, make them work. But then it's like they love to sweet talk. They are completely trying to destroy the city council with other avenues, but they don't realize this is where the whole like everybody else's fault, but not mine.
Yeah, of course.
Where the
of course.
That he's like
all of Scientology lives in their own.
Excuse me, we have a right to keep the citizens of Clearwater safe from this one street that no one goes on. But there's so many traffic accidents. It's like, did you guys even hear yourself?
We were talking about so just came in. They're still trying to get that street.
The lady, that was the whole, and then everybody clapped like, thank you so much. There was finally a representative of Scientology, and I'm like, you clap for that? They're like, damn. We'll wait for the proposal when David Miscavige himself stands at that podium.
Yeah,
that would have been my thing. No, we're not doing secret meetings. We're not doing this. Like, what would you like to see from us?
I can't believe they showed the wrong film when that was part of the thing. You have to come show it.
Because they don't want to put it on record. They don't want to have to be held accountable.
Yep.
Right.
It was just to love bomb the private meeting people. And that's why, no.
Yep.
He is not above anybody. No, like, great. You want to do great things. Wonderful. But come to the meetings.
There you go.
Because we're not beneath you.
I've said that at the org. I'm like, what did I say? I said, if OT8 can control matter, energy, space, and time, why can't they get rid of me?
Oh, I have several saved. One, I mean, this is all from New Delhi. Org. One,
they have an org in New Delhi.
her win. Yeah. Her win is that her skin is lighter. The Purith. Another one is that she can see better, and she has glasses on.
You know, I asked Nora a long time ago, because she attested to clear and did all that stuff, and she wears glasses. And I asked her, I said, how did you deal with that? She's like, I just didn't wear glasses for however many years. But I mean, but then you can't see.
That's the problem. Because if you cannot see, you did something wrong. You have a misunderstood word. It's your fault that it didn't work out.
Yep.
So they fake it so they don't have to pay for it again.
But those are the things that you would think would niggle at your brain a little.
It's coercion.
Yeah.
It's complete
what it is,
and fraud. Because
tone deaf. Yeah, that's a good one.
Ryan Cotton is mainly a part of a church, and his church got money from Scientology.
Oh, they safe pointed him.
Yeah. So I don't think he's quite a Scientologist, but he's friendly enough. And I can't say for sure that this is part of the meeting of negotiating, but
I'm sure it was.
Donated big to his church, and that's what he backed up. And I don't know what was.
We knew that he got something.
Sell them. It sell Scientology to the other board members. Sell it.
Yeah.
Luckily.
And he told David Miscavige totally thought it was in the can because he did all these private meetings. He met, he tried to meet all the demands of everybody privately of what would you like to see. And because they asked for specific things in writing and they specified if it's not written, it isn't true.
Yep.
I forgot her name, but the one lady on the council was like, if it's not written, it's not true, and it's not written, so it must not be true.
Yeah, they wouldn't put it right, and he refused.
To them. And that's why I'm like, she was fair.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, that's religious. It's my. That's why I'm like, are you kidding me? You didn't get your way.
Yeah.
And I think they also read the room a little bit better when people started coming out. All of those people came out. They thought they could do all this over here, but then they realized people don't want this. There's a lot of people, and some of these people want to get reelected.
Well, it's like, how are you not renovating but revitalizing the town?
Yeah, they haven't done anything.
Buying up all these properties, and it's a members-only club.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it was specifically talked about. Like, can anyone rent the hall? Oh yeah. And it's like, this is also why I'm doing all the businesses and wise companies and stuff. I don't want my money filtering into Scientology in any way.
I know. And people asked early on, like a couple years ago, can we get a list of businesses that are front groups for Scientology? And nobody really has that.
In 2004, there's a list, but there's a lot of people that are dead now.
Yeah, that's
or don't have or changed, and that's a list that after I launch the map, I'm diving into, because it's so much information. It's a lot of pages. It's like close to 1,000.
This was a need though. It's going to be really great when you get to publish it.
And this is why I'm doing the LLCs because so many properties are owned.
I think a lot of people are going to be really surprised at how valuable all this time that you have spent on the map is going to be.
I hope so. I mean, I'm like, does anyone else care besides me? And then as everybody was like infighting and all this weird things, I was like, I'm going to continue to do my thing. I'm busy over here.
Right now, because you're still working on it, I think it's a little hard for them to grasp. But I think once you can put it out there and they can see the bigger picture, it's going to serve a purpose. A lot of us feel that way. We don't want to give our money to a Scientologist.
I was 7 months ahead before I even mentioned this on any live or any.
That was probably smart.
And they could not catch up to me. They kept moving my pins. They completely. I was looking at it's not Uptown, but it's something, Mission. And I had 3, it was indie media wanted to know about this mission, if it was still around. I had 3 addresses, and then all of a sudden, just when I went into it, I had a bankruptcy, I had random stuff, and I sent him everything I had, and he's all, dang. And I was just like, the only address that I cannot verify is in this building. It's a suite number. And Scientology deleted the whole building. And it had lawyers and other things in it. And
how do you delete it?
So someone in Google works for Google Maps.
Well, I know you can. They ask to have your business blurred, or your property blurred on Google. You can ask.
There's addresses when you click on a building. Some don't have. You can't click on. So you can click on it, and it just gives you kind of like the coordinates, but it doesn't say the address. They deleted my pin and the whole thing. I got on a live and I said, put the building back. You cannot take the building. It had other things. I literally did a DeRosa thing. And in 40 minutes.
Save it somewhere before they deleted it. Like you have a screenshot or something before they deleted the pin or the building.
I was in a live, and it's probably in a live. Literally, I have other screenshots of where they took my pen and moved it and did other things, and so what the hell? But that one I was mad. I'm like, you cannot take a building. Put it back. Yeah, because I marked a suite possibly in this building. You cannot take it over. And in 40 minutes, they put the building back. Pins are still rearranging. They also have, everybody got the memo to update their Google Maps to have a title, a subtitle. Most of it's nonprofit organization, or help or whatever. They also all have websites now. Most didn't even have identification markers or anything, and I had to go walking through the town to find these. They're also updated their freaking websites on their Scientology, because that's how I knew if they didn't really have a website for their mission or org. It didn't exist. There are several. There are at least 10 in between places. They don't have an address, but they have a website now. I was like, I had no idea Scientology was going to clean up their maps. Yeah, change their maps, because I complained about their maps. I'm like, it takes me forever. They actually changed it on their website. And so I keep doing it, and I know they're following, and that's why I'm not putting Clearwater with the LLCs up with all my pins, because I know they're watching. And I don't need them to rearrange things.
Right.
Like they already are. 311 is back on South Escala. That was my first time ever knowing they're inside Google Maps. They have a person. I was declined to change my pin.
They infiltrated the FBI.
Yeah,
it's not a stretch to think they got somebody in Google.
They have pins in parking lots in the ocean. I'm like, no one's going to your org in the ocean. Can we just qualify this as close? But that's approved, but my address is not approved. So.
All right. Good night, No Face.
Night, No Face.
Night, No Face.
But yeah, no. I know for sure. Things are changing. Like I have the ever-changing one in the ocean on that used to be the blog. It is now.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. And then there was a change at the gold base, so I pinned the media productions thing, Gold Media Productions. All of a sudden, it said permanently closed. Then, my pins deleted, because apparently that person was to make that pin disappear. Well, they closed it out saying it's permanent. No one's going to you because you're like gated. So what do you mean you're permanently closed?
Well, if you need anybody to check out Twin Peaks or Hemet, my daughter lives right there. She's literally right in between Gold Base and Twin Peaks. Wow. She was looking at apartments in Hemet, actually, but she said it was too in the boonies. She didn't want to be that far away from
I even have a bus stop pinned right there. But yeah, no, I've gone around the world, and Clearwater is my last, and it's hell on earth. Just like, and who's connected to who?
Yeah, I did not know. I knew that I saw the article from years ago that the Tampa Bay Times did about all these properties they owned, and they had a map and stuff, but they weren't including properties that other Scientologists own. I did not know it was almost 200 properties.
200. And that's what I'm going through now.
Freaking North Korea down there, man.
100. I'm finding more. I felt a lot better when Erica told me this list has taken her 2 years. I've been doing it a year now, the world. So now I'm just, it's almost like I wanted to put aside the LLCs, but it's very important to know who owns the property versus who's renting. But it's so convoluted because
I can imagine
they own condos.
Mm-hmm.
And they have so many LLCs of who I mean, they're jack of all trades. There's lawyers, and then the lawyer is an entertainment media person, a realtor, a freaking product. I was like, what? And so it's common for others to have a lot of LLCs to protect their interests. So if, or yeah, is it interest? I'm not a business person, but to put your interest in several different places actually is a smart way to go in case there's a lawsuit. So if someone has a home, they can have their LLC as their home in case they're sued. That protects it. So it makes sense. But when you enter Scientology world and all these addresses from different LLCs goes to one place, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably because they have to keep hustling to make money to pay what the church demands from them.
Yeah. There's this anything, she's in her 60s. Person did a call out for their mother or their mother-in-law or their mom is looking for a second job.
Oh my gosh.
And it's one of those things where it's like, when is it going to be a red flag for you?
Yeah.
I get they're capable, but what?
I have to adjust.
Yeah.
It's like they're walking into.
But they've invested so much, they do not want to reach the point where they say, yeah, that was a whole waste.
Yeah. That's what boggles my mind is the money, the amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just don't get it. Somebody wants money from me and it's not worth it. I'm like, no, leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because that's what's so sad is that the world does not need Scientology. The Scientology needs the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
they're not helping people. People are helping it, and it's horrible.
The only thing I can be sure of that I hope is if we can't get anything done with what we're doing, let's say nothing changes, they're gonna fail all on their own because nobody's joining.
Very few
are leaving. They're gonna their diehards are getting too old. So eventually it's just gonna die off into be something really small.
Yeah.
It may take 20 more years, but I don't see this. And I really think, because people ask ex-members this all the time, but from the outside looking in, I really think if David Miscavige dies, I think there's going to be a huge shift in Scientology because he's a tyrant. And there's nobody really at that level of what LRH and David Miscavige have been that can fill that void. And I don't think he cares. I really don't. He has gotten rid of so many people high up because he's so paranoid that they'll get too much attention or know too much or have too much power that there's nobody there to fill the void when he's gone.
Yeah.
I think it's really going to change in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Because it's just another decade.
Social media, what we're doing.
Are dying off. Most diehards. And
he's 70, right?
He's 60 something.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. In the next 10 years, I have a feeling a lot is going to change with their members, property. He's not going to get the money that he has.
65.
At this time. Like in 10 years, it's going to be less, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's no way with that many diehards, because they're in their 70s now. The diehards
Yep.
are in their 70s.
And like I tell a lot of people on the street, everybody in there right now, for the most part, is second and third gen. And they're getting older. And their kids are growing up in this age, and they don't want to go do that.
Well, there's a big gap between the olders and then the middle age.
Right.
There's not, it's like they equal members now, but they're trickling off. And the younger crowd is very little compared to the middle age.
And if they have any access to social media in their early years, like, middle school, elementary school, before they would go into the Sea Org, I think they're not going to want to. They're going to know the world.
Not to look.
Huh?
They're trained not to look.
I know, but
third generations that are at Delphi and even at the ranch. I have a still picture, just in case it disappears, of the ranch where Laura was. There was a reunion. And it's like a happy situation.
Damn, that'd be the last place I want to go back to.
But that's how brainwashed these people are. And
so yeah, if they're in
it doesn't matter if
schools,
they're going out in the world. They don't live in this world. They are trained to be audited, to be regulated. Here, get your social skills from just these people and live in a bubble. Tampa.
Well, I think also them cutting off Sea Org members of having children. A lot of them,
Yeah, I know about the Sea Org.
That's going to make a big hit in their population too. It's like he's like the worst manager of anything. He's done everything the right way, as I'm concerned. But to grow Scientology, he has done the opposite of that in every way. They're, if you want to keep your child, you're treated like crap, which eventually makes somebody want to leave completely.
I just can't believe how Jamie Muster was all those babies. And then I get...
That's why I'm glad they're not...
Yeah, in the 70s and 80s, we're like a free-range kids. Not that free-range, but for it to continue into the 90s.
Yeah.
Blows my damn mind.
No.
Blows my damn mind. Because where was the advocates? Where was anyone in their right state of mind saying, hey, this person...
They were afraid to speak out if there were any...
but this person doing Narcanon, put, what was his name? Yeah, as a recovering addict, while he's recovering, take care of baby. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where were the neighbors? Where was anybody walking by going, what the hell's going on over there? Didn't we have a nosy neighbor?
I know. I think if they did, they probably just moved around. We know they like to move people around.
I'm just blown away with how long this entity has been going on.
Yeah.
And what they can get away with, what they feel they can get away with. And that's why I say they're pirates. They make up their own damn rules. Everything's theirs. Including sidewalks. Including people. It's...
Well, they've gotten away with for so many decades, they think they still can, but
and that's where it needs to stop. This is where an organized situation, business, entity, whether or not it's a religious group, they cannot.
Mhm.
This is where Scientology, everything about Scientology, even the logo, is religious. Don't cross, and it's not. And this is
that's
where
why I said,
lawmakers need to step up and actually say, you know, we have abuse, we have all these things set in place that no one can do under any place, law, whatever. And all of a
we
sudden say,
need
you know
lawmakers
what?
involved.
Yeah, it's
And I
kind of
just
like
don't know how we get there. We're yelling from the rooftops. I just don't know how to. They can write a damn letter about freaking smoke, but we can't get them to pay attention for child abuse. And even if
the
it was
thing
a
is
religious
they
church,
need
look
current
what has
people.
happened in other churches. Look at it took
Yeah.
them how long to take care of what was going on in the Catholic Church. So, but they know it happens in churches because of that. So
Well,
just
it's
because they're a
because they
church
have
doesn't
willing
mean
participants. That's where that line is blurry, and lawmakers do not want to
right.
trust them. They also went on private land where the LDS were having all that and did a raid. They
Mhm.
made a huge mistake by terrorizing, or it literally terrorized the children and women.
Yeah.
By
The one in
separating them
Texas.
and everything. Yes.
Yeah.
But so they don't want to do that again.
That's the FLDS.
FLDS, yes. But I'm just saying, like, they are treading lightly because it is religious and it's $1 billion industry. Which
Yeah, they look legitimate.
They
But you know
pay,
what? The Catholic Church had more than that.
and I
So,
understand.
and eventually
I'm not rooting
made them deal
for
with it.
this. I'm just saying, as law, like, I can
Okay.
see the other side. Treading lightly on when to strike and what to investigate, because we've heard it. They even infiltrated the church, being like auditing and everything and trying to get more info.
Yeah.
But thankfully in LA, on record, the lawyer said he has never been chased off a road or home invasion where his home was broken into on any case that he has had. So it was on record. Now we have little man stomping his feet around for a street to become a valet. Like,
Yeah.
this, and for it to happen so many times and for him to be indicted on one of the or at least one of the lawsuits. The lawsuits are not panning out like they want. It's slowly building up steam. Slowly.
Right. That's why I'm still doing what I'm doing, because
yeah,
we've seen changes. They're not
Sugar
huge,
Mama, I hear you.
but we've, like, the permits in LA, just they're little, but it's more than we've seen in the last 70 years.
Yes.
So I think,
and people are listening, and also news is starting to pick up Scientology in the newspaper and on TV to actually have stories on Scientology again. They didn't do that before. They would always not cover Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
And just like with S. Garden, I'm surprised they actually put that in the news.
Yeah. Well,
I think it really I gotta go.
All right.
Sorry.
I'm going to.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Good night.
Good night. But yeah.
I was gonna. Well, I was about to say something. What was I gonna say? Well, I think it really started with Danny Masterson.
I think it did too. And all these
because it was the first time Scientology was brought into a trial and a Scientologist was convicted on stuff that he did in the church and out.
Right, because he thought he was protected.
Right. And so I think finally getting a Scientologist arrested and convicted, getting all that evidence on record, I think was a big turning point.
And I think it kept the public's eye on Scientology. And it really see how they behave and how they act. And
well, then they went to LA and they pulled some of the evidence that they have on record from that trial.
Right.
And they're using it.
Yep.
So I think that was a great turning point.
It was the first time that someone was an expert on Scientology. Because before, lawmakers would not read Scientology because it was a different language. It was a different interpretation.
Right.
And they were
like, how they
we can't understand it. Yeah. And this is why I'm so glad as an expert witness, there was someone to testify the policies and procedures.
Right. And that's on record.
Yep. And since she testified as an expert, she can do it again.
Right.
So, yeah. No, I'm
no,
glad.
That's what I know. I knew going into this, we weren't going to see huge changes fast. I think some people thought that early on, that they were gung-ho. They thought, we were going to see some big changes right away. And I think they got disheartened.
Yeah.
Not to mention with the problems going on in the community, they were just like, we're done.
Right. And I knew it was going to be a slow process in figuring out even what Scientology is. I did not see your comment.
Yeah, I don't either. Re-comment. I don't know why I've not touched anything. Wait, do you have, I don't know if there's a setting on your device. But sometimes if you got to make sure chat is on all chat and not just top chat. Because top chat will only pick certain comments. I've done that many times. And I have to make sure I click that right. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I know, and we're getting haven't we got a few new people start up small channels here and there?
I'm not sure.
Scooter Mom's highlighted some. There was somebody with Haggis Basher that was doing it on Facebook. Is she new? In Toronto. I forget her name though. Oh, Rumbles.
I think
something.
I think there are a couple new people, but I haven't been really involved in community, other chats.
Yeah, well, that's why I like Scooter Mom's show too, because she was highlighting a small channel. She's not new. Okay. So I didn't know. Okay. But I wasn't sure if she just switched to Facebook or she was new. Okay, I missed that. So are we getting any new channels? I mean, like I said, I'm not in the know either. But even if we're not, we, a lot of us has stuck it out. And we still have, a lot of the ex-members still speaking out, So there's SP Danny. Oh, okay. I need to get my butt in gear and get this website off the ground so that we can have. Oh, I think I remember you talking about Heather Mack. Is that the name of her channel? So I can make sure I go sub. But see, that's why I need to get this website off the ground. So, okay. SP Danny's in Clearwater. Okay. I think I remember. I remember that. So we can have, you know, okay. Do I need to bring you back? I'm going to remove you and then you can come back. I'm about to go soon though. Let's see. But see, that's the thing that's difficult and why I like your show. But, you know, we can't watch all the channels. We all have our group of channels that we watch. And thank you for putting that in there. Because I want to make sure they have the 50 they need to go live, and for sure, and we want to sub. As much of a coherent list of creators as we can get. And I don't want just a list. I want the channel and a bio so that people can get a feel for the channels and see if they want to be involved with that channel. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go too. So I need to get my butt off and get that started. I have been looking at templates so I can at least get a template started and get a page on the internet that's, even if it just says under construction, so that it's at least there and that. So yeah, I gotta move all of this back in the bedroom because this, it's sitting on my little white tote and that sits in the middle of the bed. Well, when we go to sleep, it goes somewhere else, but that's where we sit and watch TV. Good night, Journey. I can't wait till you get all that published. That'll be cool. So this was fun. Oh, quick. So I mentioned quickly, I am going to start a second channel for non-Scientology content. It's not going to be anything I do a lot with, but I just wanted somewhere to post, you know, things around the internet or something, like life hacks or different interests. Just a little fun channel. Because I didn't want to put that stuff on here. I wanted to keep them separate. So I wanted to be called Miss Kim's World. I haven't gone in yet to see if that's available. So we'll see what we end up with there. That's weird, Afila. I don't have any thing. I've never blocked words or anything like that. So I don't know. That is weird. I don't know why it's doing that. I wouldn't even know how to do that stuff that other people do. I don't have enough trolls to be blocked word cults. Well, I've never blocked any words. I don't even know how, to be honest. On StreamYard, I don't know how to do it. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Well, I own the channel, but oh, yeah. See, but I've never done it on YouTube either. So I'll go in and I'll check and see if one of my mods did that or something. I've done things by accident before, hitting the wrong thing. So yeah, I'll go over to YouTube and I'll check that out. and look at my list, see what might be blocked. Can't have that word blocked on my channel. Worldwide and cult. Okay. I'll check it out. Yeah. Yeah, I've never had to worry about that stuff, so. But, okay. All right. I'm going to go chill, too. I have to work. I have to be up by 3:30 tomorrow. So I need to get to bed in the next couple of hours, to sleep in the next. Oh, hey, good morning. We're about to sign off. I do catch your show in the morning sometimes, Brian. I get home around 7 a.m. or I'm just up. I just lurk for a little while. I don't chat all the time. Yeah, we're just heading out. We've been on here 3 hours now. But I was just talking about I'm getting my website done for the community, and I'm going to start a second channel just for non-Scientology content, just different things for fun. So we'll see how that goes. I don't have a lot of time, but I'm still not even positive what I want to do on it. I just thought I know what stuff I don't want to put here. Okay, I gotta go. But you have fun with your morning show. Well, do you do it on the weekend? Do you do that, or is that just weekdays? I can't remember because my days run together. All right, I'm gonna go too. Good night, y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out. It was fun. And I'll see you in the chat. Okay, weekdays. Okay. I will see y'all in the chats this week. Good night.